Have you ever wondered if there are subtle clues revealing whether a woman has just had intercourse? The truth is, there are unmistakable signs if you know what to look for. Many men out there have been blindsided, unaware that their seemingly innocent partners might be leading double lives. These women return home, wearing masks of innocence, while secretly entertaining multiple lovers. But here's the catch: the body rarely lies. If you're asking yourself how to tell if your woman has been with another man, you're not alone. The signs are there, hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to uncover them. Once you understand these clues, you'll never second-guess the truth again. This is knowledge every man needs. It's time to break the cycle of deceit. So before we dive into the details, make sure you share this message. It's something every man deserves to know. Now, let's uncover the truth. The first sign: a change in the terrain. Let's talk about something sensitive but unmistakable: her private parts. Once upon a time, when you two shared those intimate moments, it felt like you were walking through paradise. Everything was snug, sweet, and perfectly aligned with your rhythm. But now, something feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it. Well, maybe you can, but things seem different. Looser, less like that perfect fit you remember. Now, when I say loose, I'm not throwing shade at anyone's natural anatomy. Some women are born with a unique design down there, just like some people have big hands or small feet. That's not what we're talking about. But you know your partner. If things used to feel one way and suddenly feel like you're exploring a roomier venue, there's a chance that someone else might have prepped the space, so to speak. The truth is, after intercourse, a woman's private parts can feel or look a bit different for a short period of time, especially compared to someone who hasn't been sexually active for days, weeks, or longer. If you're noticing a drastic shift in the experience, it might be time to raise an eyebrow. Here's the kicker: it's not just about feel, it's about familiarity. You've spent enough time together to know what's normal and what's not. If your woman suddenly feels like a stranger in this department, there's a chance she's had an intimate encounter recently. And while this is an uncomfortable realization, recognizing these subtle signs can help you figure out what's going on. Remember, it's not about judgment or paranoia. It's about knowing what's real in your relationship. So, if things don't feel the way they used to, it might be time to have a conversation or at least pay closer attention. The second sign: the scent situation. Let's talk about something we all know but rarely discuss: a woman's natural scent. Every woman has her own unique fragrance, something you probably recognize, even if you don't think about it consciously. But here's where it gets interesting, or suspicious. There are moments when that familiar scent changes, and not in a good way. Suddenly, there's an unpleasant smell in the air that might make you wonder, what's going on here? Now, this funky fragrance might be coming from her body, or it could be, down there. If you lean in for some affection, or start gearing up for some bedroom action and catch a whiff of something less than pleasant, you've got two possible explanations. Either she's been neglecting her hygiene, or brace yourself, she's just been with someone else. Ouch! But hold up, don't jump to conclusions just yet. You can tell the difference. A hygiene issue has a certain "I forgot to shower for a week" vibe, while the post-sex smell has a distinct "activity just happened here" signature. And trust me, it's not subtle. That telltale scent, the one that comes from two bodies doing their thing, is unmistakable. You'll notice it the moment she walks in, or definitely when things heat up later. So, if your nose is telling you something's off, it might be time to trust your instincts. Just make sure you're smelling the situation for what it really is. The third sign: the "I'm tired" excuse. Ah, tiredness. A classic excuse, isn't it? Let's face it, some women are masterful performers, able to pull off an Oscar-worthy "I'm exhausted" act when, in reality, the plot twist is way spisher than you think. If your lady once had an Olympic-level enthusiasm for bedroom adventures, but now suddenly claims she's too drained, well, that might raise an eyebrow or two. The truth is, it's not that she's lost interest. It could be that someone else already warmed up the stage. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing shade at women who genuinely bust their butts at work or come home tired from juggling life's chaos. That's a different story entirely, and their exhaustion is well earned. But here's the kicker. When tired conveniently coincides with a lack of spark in the bedroom, and you're noticing other, changes, it might just be the universe whispering in your ear. Picture this. You're in the moment, expecting fireworks, but instead, the experience feels like a flat tire loose, underwhelming, and worst of all, there's an unpleasant scent lingering in the air. Combine this with the "I'm too tired" excuse, and you've got a mystery that even Sherlock Holmes would solve in seconds. Let's just say, when the signs add up, they're hard to ignore. Tiredness, maybe. Or a plot twist. You decide. The fourth sign, red flags, or should we say, red marks and swollen lips. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something as glaring as a neon sign. Red marks on her body, or perhaps even a swollen lip. Now, if your woman has a darker complexion, spotting these love tattoos can be like trying to find a shadow in the night. But don't worry, the clues are still there if you look closely enough. For those with lighter skin, though, it's a whole different ballgame. You might notice telltale signs like mysterious red blotches, love bites, or even finger-shaped marks. These aren't the result of a sudden fascination with extreme sports or an overly enthusiastic mosquito. They're evidence that someone's been grabbing, squeezing, and leaving their signature. And let's be real, these marks are as obvious as a trail of breadcrumbs in a fairy tale. If her skin suddenly looks like it was used as a canvas for some passionate performance, you might want to start asking questions. Subtle? Nope. Suspicious? Absolutely. The fifth sign, wild hair. Picture this. Your woman walks out of the house with sleek, straight hair, looking like $1,000,000. But when she returns, it's a whole different story. Her hair is tangled, messy, and looks like it's been through a windstorm. Now, don't jump to conclusions unless you happen to know a particularly aggressive hairbrush. But let's face it, if her hair is looking like it's had a workout of its own, there's a good chance it wasn't just the breeze messing with her. Some men get creative with their lovemaking, whether it's in a car, a secluded spot, or who knows where. If your lady's locks are in full-on disarray, it might just be a sign she's been handled a little more than usual. The final sign, glowing looks. If your woman hasn't had sex in a while, her skin might look a little dull. You might even notice some pimples popping up or her skin feeling rough for no obvious reason. But if she walks in looking radiant, like she's glowing from the inside out, you might start to wonder if something's up. Some women, no matter how much effort you put in, just can't be satisfied. You could give her all your time and attention, but she might still go off to meet someone else. Well, that's just how it is sometimes. If you recognize these signs, drop a comment below and share your thoughts.